Hello, good afternoon. Are you a member?
But he tried to hit me with a lock on the belt though.
I knew it.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember, we supposed to have our lock in the sock battle or
No,
1v1.
I'm not locking the sock battle shit. I'm gonna hit you with it.
No, I go first. You remember?
Bro, get out of there.
You said I go
Come
first
on,
for the
get
lock in
to
the
the
sock
video.
1v1.
Yeah, you go first.
Don't
That's
duck.
it getting
Don't
hit
duck
first.
now. Don't duck now. That just
Then all
reminded
hell
me
broke loose.
of Atlanta.
Every city has a power structure. New York has the boroughs. Los Angeles has its neighborhoods. But in Atlanta,
Facts. Music
Atlanta
has
has
been
its
cooked.
zones.
Cause this shit is out of
Every
control.
zone found a face,
Come on, what?
a movement,
What you say?
a
Come on.
family. Some built legacies, some built empires, and some went to war. These organizations shaped the sound, the culture, the future of Atlanta hip hop. 5 different movements, 5 different identities, 1 city. YSL, 4PF, Slaughter
Was that
Gang.
made with AI?
What?
Was this made with AI?
Yeah,
Why you laughing?
yeah, cause that don't look. That's supposed to be Lucci right here. That's definitely not Lucci.
YFN and
That's not him either.
This is the story of the 5 families of New Atlanta.
Let me say that I swear on the soul of my grandchildren that I will not be the one to break the peace we've made here.
That's the Godfather.
Before you can understand the 5 families of Atlanta,
definitely did.
we
You never
first
heard-
must
you never seen that
understand the
movie?
rules of the game. Because this isn't about blood. It's about loyalty. It's about organization. It's about influence. When it comes to the mafia, every family follows the same basic structure. At the very top, set the boss,
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I should
the
have been
leader,
a part of the mafia
the face
family.
of the family, one who made all the final decisions.
That would've been hard.
Underneath him is the underboss, second in command, the person that is trusted to keep everything running. Then the boss's trusted advisor, the person he leaned on before making big decisions, the voice of reason, the strategist. Below them were the captains, each responsible for leading their own crew, making sure the boss' vision reached every level of the family. Then came the soldiers, the backbone of the family, the people who carried out the family's business and protected the reputation. And finally, the associates, people who connected to the family, building relationships, earning trust,
That's a
and
lot of
trying
people
to
to
prove they
trust.
belong. No matter what family you looked at, the blueprint was still the same. Leadership, loyalty, structure, trust, influence. Take away any of those things and the family falls apart.
Especially in these streets, like it's just certain shit we just can't do to each other. You smell me? Especially honorable man. He number 5 families in Atlanta.
Out of
And we
those
the head-
5 people
Who do
they
I
talking
know?
about. Out of those 5 people they talking about. I mean, the 5 families they talk about. Who you think run Atlanta?
Who you think run it?
Yeah, out of them 5.
I just know. I know YSL, YFN, and FamGoon was like the 3 that had their shit going. All the other ones came under that.
4PF and 4F?
They came under that. Even though they caused damage on their own, but I'm just saying.
Heads of the 5 families. You got the 4PL family. Y'all say can't be fucked with. You got 21 family, Slaughter Gang. You got Lucci YFN family. You got the YSL family. And you got, you know, the mob. You smell me? Like it ain't nothing but a couple of families in Atlanta. And like, bro, it's just certain shit we can't do as men that sit at that table.
No family starts as a family.
The
Every
underground.
family starts with one person, an idea, a small circle willing to believe in it. Some circles stayed small, others grew into movements, and a select few became something much bigger. Over time, those movements would shape Atlanta streets, its music, and eventually the culture. 5 different leaders, 5 different organizations, 5 different stories. Together, they became known as the 5 families of Atlanta. These were their stories.
YSL for life, bitch. Hey! Did a lot of shit just to live this here
Yeah, fuck you,
life.
your mom and everything else.
Every family has a leader. For YSL, that leader was Young Thug. What started as a small circle in Atlanta eventually became one of the most recognizable organizations in modern hip-hop. Before YSL became a household name, it was just a small circle built around Jeffrey Williams, better known as Young Thug. But this wasn't just another rap crew. Around Atlanta, YSL became a lifestyle, a brotherhood, and to many, a family. Thug wasn't simply the biggest artist. He was the one everyone looked to, the person who opened the doors, brought people into the fold, and helped YSL from a neighborhood movement into one of the most influential organizations in hip-hop. As the family grew, so did the reach. New faces joined, careers were launched, loyalty was formed, and the name YSL became bigger than only one person. But every family eventually faced tests. And when the RICO case arrived, the loyalty that helped build YSL would be tested in ways nobody saw coming. If Young Thug was the boss, then to a lot of people in Atlanta, Gunna looked like the second in command. It wasn't just an artist on the roster. He was constantly by Thug's side, became one of YSL's biggest faces, and for years represented the future of the organization. As YSL influence grew, so did Gunna's. He became one of the family's most trusted public figures, helping carry the YSL name from Atlanta to the top of the charts. But when the pressure hit, Gunna's place inside the family became the most debated story to come out of YSL. To some, he always be the prodigy of Young Thug. To others, he'll always be remembered what happened after the arrest. Before YSL became an empire, Lil Duke was already there. He wasn't the biggest name in the family, but he was one of the oldest and most trusted. Duke came up beside Young Thug. He stayed close through the years. He helped represent YSL before the organization was known around the world. Every family needs somebody who remembers what it looked like before the money, fame, and pressure. For YSL, Lil Duke was one of those people. He wasn't the prodigy,
I think so.
he was the day one lieutenant. And if there was one lieutenant who embodied YSL's street reputation,
Thug came out here too. I don't want to say because I don't remember.
Yak Gotti. Unlike some members who became known through music, Yak Gotti's name carried weight long before the courtroom. He was one of Young Thug's closest associates and remained a constant presence around YSL as the organization continued to grow. When the RICO indictment was announced, Yak Gotti didn't take a deal or disappear from the spotlight. He stayed in the fight, becoming one of the central defendants as the case played out over months in Fulton County courtrooms. Whether people saw him as an artist, loyal friend, or one of YSL's most respected figures, one thing is clear: Yak Gotti was a part of the family's inner circle. And then there was Funk. Unlike everyone else, his connection to Young Thug went beyond YSL. He was actually blood. As Young Thug's older brother, Funk represented just how closely personal relationships and organizations had become intertwined. His name, appearing in the RICO case, reinforced the idea that YSL wasn't simply built on music. It was built on long relationships. For better or worse, the case would put this family ties under a microscope. Rounding out the inner circle was DK. He wasn't the most recognizable face to the public, but inside YSL, his name consistently surfaced alongside some of the organization's closest members. While others built careers in front of the camera, DK largely stayed behind the scene, making him one of the lesser-known figures connected to the family. When prosecutors unveiled the RICO case, his name became part of the larger story, reinforcing how wide the YSL network had become. Not every lieutenant wanted the spotlight. Some simply stayed close to the people at the top. Every organization depends on more than just leadership. Beneath the boss and the lieutenants were soldiers, members that helped carry out day-to-day operations and represented YSL in a different way. Many weren't household names until the RICO case. Among them were Shannon Stillwell, Lil Woody, Christian Ebercher, and others whose names would eventually become part of one of the biggest criminal cases in Atlanta history. Then there were associates. These are the people that was connected to YSL through friendship, music, business, and long-standing relationships. Some had been around since the beginning, others crossed paths as the family grew. Names like YSL Mundo, Lil Keed, Strick, Slime Life Shawty, Lil Got It, and Schoolie all played different roles in the YSL story, even if they weren't part of the core leadership during the events that followed. Together, they formed what many saw as one of Atlanta's most influential organizations. Every member had a role. Every relationship mattered. But before long, prosecutors would begin piecing together a very different version of that family. And the investigation that followed would change YSL
Yeah,
forever.
Lil Woody, that funny dude. You don't know why Lil Woody is famous?
Yeah. Shout out to whole Oakland City, man. You know what I'm saying? Whole 4 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I put that.
Having a Merry Christmas. You having a Merry Christmas?
Having a good Merry Christmas.
Ooh, you going for you going for a Merry Christmas.
Every family has that person who sets the standards. For 4PF, that person is Lil Baby. Long before the platinum records, sold out arenas, and billions of streams, Dominique was known for something else entirely. Raised in Oakland City, he was buzzing way before the world knew his name. Jail didn't just interrupt his future, it helped define it. The streets gave him relationships, jail gave him perspective, and together, it laid the foundation what will become 4PF.
3 kids, dad's not around, that's usually pretty tough.
Definitely.
It's trying
We
to
used to
get-
be getting put out, all that old type of shit. Come home from school, evicted, all that old type of shit.
Okay.
That went in jail first time, 12.
Oh, you went to jail at 12?
Yeah,
So that was juvie at that point.
exactly. Been down here ever since. Then I caught so many cases in a period of time from like 17, 18, before I turned 19. That's what did it. My lawyer, he trying to make me take 2 years, but I hired a new lawyer. New lawyer got me a program for 6 months. Supposedly 6 months. Long story short, program was gonna end up me doing like a year with the program. So when I got to the program, that shit was some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like straight bullshit, like button on the program, whatever, and just took the 2 years. Yeah, it was like a zero tolerance program, you know what I'm saying? Like for nothing. So I got into a fight, you know what I'm saying? And that sent me back.
Okay, you got into a fight with a white dude.
Exactly.
Was it like a racist thing? Was it like whites and blacks kind of clicked up in there?
How you know that?
That's just how prison is most times.
I'm telling you, how you know I got into it with a white dude though? Crazy though. But he tried to hit me with a lock on the belt though.
I knew it.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember, we supposed to have our Lock in the Sock battle or
No, I'm
1v1.
not gonna talk battle shit. I'm gonna hit you with it.
No, I go first. You remember?
Bro, get out of here.
You said I go
Come on,
first for the
get-
Lock
get
in
to
the
the
Sock
video.
1v1.
Yeah, you go first.
Don't
That's
duck.
it getting
Don't
hit
duck now.
first.
Don't duck now. That
And
just
then all
reminded
hell
me.
broke loose after that.
Yeah. Like I'm really from Atlanta. Know what I'm saying? So it's so many niggas from Atlanta in prison. Know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I went, I knew somebody.
Okay. So what was the penitentiary like?
Shit, that shit I ain't talking nothing. Know what I'm saying? Bunch of bullshit.
But you actually had friends in there.
Yeah, I got like close friends, like cousins, and like, you know what I'm saying? In the same prison I was at.
Lil Baby came home from
Excuse-
prison, he returned with a different way of thinking. The idea of 4 pockets full was born behind prison walls. It became more than just a phrase. Baby turned into a family, built on loyalty, trust, and making sure that people around him was eating. 4PF quickly grew from a neighborhood circle into Atlanta's most recognizable organization. Every family
I ain't gonna lie, that was
has
a
people
dope
the boss
name.
could
It's
depend
fucked
on.
up. He had to switch
For
that out.
4PF, one of those names was J-Shot. Unlike artists who would later join the movement, J-Shot has been connected with Lil Baby, and it goes back to the early days, long before 4PF became a national recognized brand. Over the years, his name has been tied to investigations involving the rival gang, OMF. Those investigations connected him to Lil Baby, and that put 4PF name on Atlanta police radar. Along the way, more names became attached to the family, some through the streets, others through music. One of those soldiers was Big Mark. While Lil Baby was building 4PF, Big Mark was one of those names connected to the streets. He wasn't known for making music or chasing spotlight. He was known for being a part of the family. His life was eventually cut short, but his name remains a part of 4PF's story. While the streets built 4PF, music introduced it to the world. As the label began to take shape, new artists started to carry the name. Lil Marlo became one of the earliest faces associated with 4PF, followed by artists like Rollo Rodriguez and later 42 Doug. What started in Oakland City is now reaching listeners across the country. But like YSL, 4PF was built on loyalty, relationships,
That's
and
where
shared
Lil Baby
vision.
from, right? Oakland
But
City?
no empire is built without problems. Success brings attention,
He grew up
attention
in
brings
Atlanta?
pressure, and before long, 4PF would find itself dealing with challenges that reach far beyond music. But that's a story for another day.
Everybody does so smart.
That's 21 shit.
And we on that credit.
You saw
man.
21 with a little hair with Young Boy? 21 little hair.
What about it?
He was a Young Boy.
When?
Like a few days ago.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That's your dog, right?
But they don't know what please stand for. Please don't M, you probably don't S. For real, you don't know if they gonna ask.
If YSL ruled one side of
Road.
Atlanta and 4PF built their name on another, East Atlanta had its own family. That family was known by two names, Slaughter Gang and 4L. Unlike the organizations we've talked about so far, this wasn't just one crew. It was a network of people connected by the same neighborhoods, same relationships, and same history. At the center of it is 21 Savage.
I grew up on the east side, Glenwood, Decatur, you know what I'm saying? East Atlanta, Boulder Crest, motherfucking. But I done stayed
Nigga,
on
all the way
Boulevard,
from the
I done
UK.
stayed on Simpson, you know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in the whole Atlanta, really. Everybody know me. If you don't, you ain't from this city, you know what I'm saying? So.
But 21 Savage wasn't building alone.
Nigga
Right
from the
beside
UK,
him
bro.
was his cousin, Young Lee.
I said, just to see
Ants,
him
bro.
really from the UK.
Ants.
And he straight Atlanta.
The 4L, that 4L shit, that shit for life, you feel me? That shit really like some family shit, like everything for life. You throw that 4L, like this shit for life, man. For real, like I'm zone 6 for life. I'm Bermuda for life. Like I ain't switching up on none of my buddies. I don't give a fuck how much money I get. PDE, man, that's some music shit. That's like a record label type shit. That's some shit me and my family, we done started. We building our own shit. I ain't trying to sign nobody. That's just what's going on.
What does it stand for?
Oh, shit. Stand for a lot of things. 34, you know, that's Gresham. That's a neighborhood. That's Gresham Road, you know. Side 34, Gresham Road, you know. All that shit. 32,
That's
Boulder
Nudie?
Crest, Zone 6,
Yeah.
74, Flat Show.
Nudie.
You know the
I'm in
Bermuda.
Nudie.
That way,
Young
all
Nudie.
that shit.
21.
Oh, man, you know, that Glenwood, man. You know, that's some neighborhood shit, you feel me? Like, that's shit, man. I mean, my cousin, they childhood shit, you know. I'm part of that family, too. But you know how this shit goes. That's just some neighborhood family shit. Shout out to 21, shout out to the whole gang.
PDE grew into one of the most respected movements out of East Atlanta. While 21 Savage helped establish Slaughter Gang, Nudie was building Paradise East at the same time. Together, those two circles helped define what 4L would become. On the same side of Atlanta as YSL was another family, YFN. Rooted on the south side of Atlanta, YFN grew from a neighborhood movement into one of Atlanta's most recognizable rap collectives. At the center of it, YFN Lucci.
I came up in a park called Summerhill. It's by the Atlanta Braves Stadium. And, you know, basically it's like, you know, it's like the hood. It's a community. It's not apartments. It's a community. Like, it's a big community. And basically we just, you know, kids who didn't have it all, but we grew up wanting more. And, you know, I wanted the way out. I wanted to make it out.
Unlike some of the other movements we talked about, YFN wasn't built around one person. It was a collection of crews, affiliations, ABG, sex, money, murder, and a blood-connected circle throughout Atlanta South Side. YFN Lucci, he became the movement's most recognizable face, bringing the YFN name to a national audience. Along the way, he was closely associated with well-known figures like Big Nut, Shell Kell.
That's the one that got
carried
killed.
weight both in the streets and within the movement.
That's when it went up.
At first, there was respect between YSL and YFN. They shared the same city, the same culture, and in some cases, even the same affiliations. But as both sides grew, so did the tension. Before long, respect gave way to rivalry, a rivalry that would become one of the most significant conflicts in Atlanta rap history. But while we put that on hold, another family was making a name for itself, FamGoon.
ياسين والقرآن الحكيم. Mr. Dog Food, I've been did that, ain't gotta do that again in my life.
In the Bluff,
That boy, he was doing some different shit though. He was building up shit for real.
That was FamGoon. Long before Atlanta new rap movement reached the national spotlight,
That's so much niggas to be having.
Rollo had already built the name for himself in the city. His influence stretched beyond the neighborhood, and the people around him carried that same reputation. FamGoon wasn't known for making records. It was known because of his street reputation, and Rollo, he built it. By the time the rest of Atlanta started paying attention, FamGoon had already become a force, and you didn't have to know his music to know their name. These are the 5 families of Atlanta, the movements that helped shape a generation.
Look who just came
the
in.
names that changed the city's rap scene forever. But this isn't the end of the story. This is only chapter 1, the introduction. Because next, we're diving into alliances, betrayals, and the
You
wars
said they left
that
out Free
changed
Bands, Duct
everything.
Tape, and Hood Rich.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. But
So
they
it's
really
not
talking
five
about
families.
they really talking about them because they had like more beef and stuff within, I guess.
What it is, see no evil.